Hi there. In this video, I'm going to talk about knowledge and application. Okay, knowledge and application. And I'm gonna read this quote from Neville Goddard. It's funny. It's right where it cracked from my book. I thought I just opened a random page, but it's actually right where the spine cracked with the other half of the book. So knowledge and application. If you've been watching me for a while, I think most of you have. Most of the new people are people because of my fitness content, but this is all connected because whatever you would desire must first be from in here. Okay, the reason I'm doing CrossFit, the reason I lift with a barbell is because I have a certain image of a body that I want. I want a big, thick, muscular body. If you can see me, you can see I have a thick quad. I have a thick torso. My arms, they're not skinny, they're not little sticks. That's by design. It's not by my genetics. I'm actually supposed to be very, very skinny genetically. I don't get hungry. I force myself to eat. I have a schedule to eat. Now let's get into the message of this book because it's about scheduling. Scheduling becomes a system. A system becomes habit. Whatever you do at first and you haven't been doing it, it is challenging. It is difficult. That's where you need discipline. But because you have a system and you're disciplined, you get to do it. And here there's a quote by Neville Goddard that talks about creating systems, creating good habits to manifest your dream life. Quote, quote, if you do not believe that you are he, the person you want to be, then you remain as you are. Through the faithful, systematic cultivation of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, desire becomes the promise of its own fulfillment. The assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes the future dream a present fact. I'm going to repeat that sentence again because it's very important. The assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes the future dream a present fact. Again, the assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes the future dream a present fact. Again, the assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes the future dream a present fact. Now let's digest those three sentences. I think they're about three sentences. It's so impactful. Okay. The first part, it's about your identity. If you want money, if you want to be in shape, if you want to be with a certain girl, if you want to just be happy, you start assuming that identity, and that identity is linked to the feeling of being that person now. If you don't feel like you're that person now, if you're not being that person now, then you remain as the person who you don't want to be, the person who is in the state of lack in connection to that. Because if you don't have any money, you're that person. That's who you are. And you want money. So you're going to stay in the state of not having money and wanting it. Because you don't feel like you have money. How would you feel if you already had money to buy a Diet Coke, or to pay the rent, to buy your dream car, to fucking buy anything that you want right now in terms of your necessities? How would you feel? Like I feel right now. Or for me, it would be just relaxed like I feel right now. Not anxiety, not fear, anger, whatever, not. It's always usually a sense of relief or neutrality, something natural. It feels natural. And I say this because I've manifested certain different things. And they all go back to relief. They all go back to a sense of feeling natural, normal, normalcy. You got to make that state normal. Okay? So that's the first part. Quote, if you do not believe that you are he, the person you want to be, then you remain as you are. If you do not believe that you are that person that you want to be, that person is driving a specific car, you will never get it. Yeah, I feel like that you are that person. I remember it took about 2 years, but I feel like when I started doing it in affirmation, that's when I manifested my Dodge Challenger, the black Hellcat. I would say, how do I feel now that I own a beautiful black, white Dodge Challenger? How do I feel? And I would answer the question, I feel, whether through my tongue and vocal cords or through my mental inner speech. Okay, my inner speech. And then I would feel it until I walked like it, talked like it, because I was embodying. You have to embody the person that you desire to be. And then the hunches came to my mind, made certain calls, took certain actions, and I did it, and I got it. Okay? That is embodying. That's being who you want to be and believing who you want to be. That's how you believe who you are. Okay? By asking yourself the affirmation. It's a question with the affirmation that you already have it. So let's say you want to have a girlfriend, a specific girlfriend. Okay? And I want to warn you, because if you desire a certain girl and she's not going to be for you, you're going to get her, but it's going to be so wrong. Okay? I had a girlfriend previously, and she was not the right one for me. She was an addict. Okay? Substance abuse, lies. Wouldn't show up, she wouldn't come back home, so I let her stay with me. She wouldn't come home, she would ghost me for 2 days. But I brought it onto myself. I said, how do I feel now that I have her? Right? How do I have her? How do I feel now that she's back with me? She's living with me. How do I feel? And I got it, but it wasn't the right thing. Okay, it's like me wanting to get a certain car and I don't like it in the end. Fortunately, I liked the Dodge Challenger. Unfortunately, I didn't like the girl that I manifested. But I know what I do want. I know the things that I do want. Okay, because she had deep substance abuse. Okay, it's not just like drinking alcohol. It was way more than that. Okay, I found a meth pipe. Okay, found her meth pipe. She had forgot it outside, and I had spoken to her about it. But we weren't together no more. But I already knew we weren't going to be. So substance abuse, none of that. Okay, I don't want that. That's why I don't even want to drink myself, because that's the substance. And very easily abused. That's why it's illegal to drink and drive, because you could kill people. You lose your consciousness. And here's the thing that I wanted to share is that when you take substances, you disconnect with conscience. You disconnect with what you desire, with what's good and right. We all know what's a good person and what's a bad person, because you feel the guilt of being a bad person. Say you rob somebody, you hurt somebody, you spit at somebody, you steal from somebody. When you are under substances, you do that to the people who are around you. So if you're around people who you love when you're conscious, you're gonna do that to them. If you're around strangers, guess what? You're gonna do that to them, because you're not connected to source. You're not connected to your higher self and have the compass of good and right. What's morally right? You won't even know what you truly desire in life, because you're not connected to your conscience, your awareness. Okay, and awareness is where everything comes from. From there, you start imagining. You're doing the affirmations. Okay, so let's go on to the second thing. And this is what Neville Goddard shares. This is where this video stems the topic, okay? Through the faithful, systemic cultivation of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, desire becomes the promise of its own fulfillment, okay? Through the faithful, systemic cultivation of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, desire becomes the promise of its own fulfillment. So, by creating a system, Neville Goddard would say just do it before you go to sleep. I'm really very tired when I get home and at night. I don't want to visualize. I don't want to do affirmation. I don't want to do none of that. I would tend to fall asleep. When I first started doing this, I would tend to fall asleep. Okay. And I would speak to Neville Goddard's coaches. Bob Proctor's coaches, because I was in his program when he was alive. You know, he's no longer alive. He had coaches. Most of them were Canadian, because he was a Canadian. And I told him, hey, I got home. I did the visualization process morning and midday. At night, I fell asleep. Is that okay? Am I still going to get my manifestation? Because I was such a noob. I was so new to this shit. And I forgot her name, but she was one of the coaches, and assistant coaches. And she's like, yeah, it's fine. Go to sleep. You know, if you're tired, just go to sleep. It's okay. Get back on the horse the next day. Okay, so I'm not saying that I never do it at night. I do it, especially these past couple of days. I've been doing it because I had a big desire, and then so if I want to manifest it in my physical reality. I just assume that I have it now. Feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled through the affirmation. Okay. And then I do that morning, midday, and night. Okay. Morning, midday, and night. After this, I'm going to start doing it. I just wanted to get on here because I haven't done it in a while, and I love sharing this information. Okay, if you want me to help you with manifesting things that you desire in your life, just email me, martinezjuarezmiguel@gmail.com. It'll be in the description. Okay, if not, you can just keep watching these videos. They're free. Okay, they're free, and you have me on these. Okay, the other ones will just be more one-on-one. We'll do like Zoom calls, and we'll go over the desires that you want. Last quote here that we're gonna dissect, the last sentence: the assumption, okay, of the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes the future dream a present fact. The assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes the future dream a present fact. Okay, it's so poetic because whatever it is that you're assuming to feel now, that's gonna show up in your future. Because of course, it's not here physically now, but you're feeling it now. Okay, that's who you are. It doesn't matter what's going on out here. What you're feeling is who you are. Okay, it's who you are. This is why I broke up with the other girl too, and maybe it could have been with part of the bridge of incidences, because even when I was with her, I wanted to be with somebody else. Okay, and I was assuming that I was with that somebody else. Okay, that's why I broke up with her fast. So many things will show up that told me this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna be a real thing. This is not gonna be a long-term thing. So when she would not message me, because she would be living with me, she would not message me for 2-3 days. I'm like, this is not right. You know, I would never do that to my girlfriend. So like, hey, we're breaking up. We're not going to be together. Okay. And I still had these deep feelings for this other person. So I'm assuming that I'm with this other person. I'm no longer with this person. But this person keeps coming back. This person keeps coming back. I'm like, okay, let's try it out. You know, you're being sorry. You want my forgiveness. All right, let's see what we can do. She's attractive, whatever. My desire is still there for the other person. And a lot of things showing up. So a lot of good lessons. So when I do get with this person, because that's my assumption, I'm feeling that I'm already with this other person, it's probably giving me lessons. It's probably getting me prepared. It's probably doing a lot that I can't see right now that I'm only going to reflect on after the fact. Okay, kind of like the Dodge Challenger. Okay, the Dodge Challenger. Gratitude. It taught me about gratitude, about my feet, about my transportation. So I'm so grateful for all transportation. Now that I have my car, my Challenger, I'm like so grateful for all transportation. I'm grateful for the scooter. I'm grateful for my feet. I'm grateful for the bus. The other day, my thermostat housing unit, it's a piece inside of the car that allows the engine to cool. Malfunctioned. If it malfunctions a lot in my car, I don't know why. Nobody knows why. I tell them nobody knows why. We just changed the thermostat housing unit. And I was grateful, okay? And if I've never had a car or a Dodge Challenger, specifically, maybe I would not be grateful and not living such a positive life, okay? And gratitude. So gratitude is very important so you can see the things that you've learned. I'm grateful that I got to experience my ex because I know what I do not want, okay? And the things that I did appreciate from her, but it outweighed all the things that were going on, like the substance abuse, the drug use, the lack of morals. Because when you're intoxicated with, be it alcohol, meth, coke, marijuana, you are not here 100%. You can see there's a dent. Let's pretend your consciousness is a beautiful black wide body Dodge Challenger or whatever your favorite car is. When you drink or you take some type of substance, imagine a dent in it. Imagine there's a dent in the fucking car. Once you're out of that abuse, that substance has gone out of your system, you're back full and complete. So you can't be a complete state of awareness with that. Okay, during that time, you are a little bit blinded, depending on what drug you do. Okay, alcohol, you're a little down. Meth lasts days. So those days, weeks, whatever, however long you're taking meth, you're gone. Okay, weed, couple hours, gone. People could be calling, trying to get to you, but you're just like so high, you're like, okay. And I know this because I grew up around drugs. Okay, I grew up around this stuff because I was on the streets. My parents are good people. Unfortunately, I was You know, just crazy. But now I wanted to go have fun. I wanted to be validated by exterior things. I love having friends. I wanted to be around them because I felt love. Okay, I felt like I needed to be a part of something because I felt love. I didn't have love for myself. I didn't understand the concept that I can feel love for myself, and I can feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled now. That is self-love. That's self-satisfaction. That is self. What's the word that Neville Goddard says? Self-ejaculation. I don't want to say that. Because you feel the wish fulfilled, you're self-impotent. When you do have intercourse, or you know, you do it yourself, there is no longer a desire. You become impotent. That's what happens when you feel your wish fulfilled over and over and over again. By the frequency of the wish fulfilled. Okay, because of the frequency of the wish fulfilled, you no longer want it. You feel like you have it. Okay, that's why I like to share the microwave example. I write about this in my Medium articles a lot. Okay, you have a microwave. I have a microwave in my kitchen. I don't go thinking like, oh, I wish I had a microwave. Oh man, that microwave. Oh my God, I want that microwave. I have it, so I'm just like, when I think about the microwave, it's like a background thing. It's a natural thing. It's a normal thing. And that's how you get when you ask yourself how you feel now that you have that. At first, it's kind of like fresh air, like if you swam before, or if you hold your breath, or if maybe you haven't swam, hold your breath, and then a couple seconds, because underwater you're holding your breath, a couple seconds, then you come out, take a deep breath of joy. Okay, same thing. When you're such in a deep state of whatever lack state, whether be it health, wealth, love, happiness, and you start assuming that you have it now, despite not having it, you're like, oh, feel the relief. And now imagine doing that for a minute. Whatever feeling it is, maybe it's just happiness. You're just like sitting down, like, yes, I got it. It's done. Yes. Some things are like that. And you're like, okay, well, wow, I got it already. I don't want it no more. I got it. And it's kind of like background. Think about it. Just like a microwave. You're not looking for your microwave or your toaster or your stove. You already got it. You go to work, you're not, where's my stove? Where's my stove? Where's my stove? Where's the microwave? Where is it? Oh, I want it. No, you just work and you know it's there. That's how manifesting works. You know what you want first. That's why desire is the promise. If you know the law, desire is a promise that it is yours. Okay, like the second sentence. Quote, desire becomes the promise of its own fulfillment. Desire becomes the promise of its own fulfillment. But you have to feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and you have to make it a systemic process. I do it morning, midday, night. I learned that from Bob Proctor. He made us do gratitude and visualize, imagine. I like using the word imagination. Because it's not about just seeing yourself with it. It's about feeling it. Feeling it, okay? Feeling the car. Okay, feeling the car if you're driving a car. Feeling it, smelling the gas. Or hearing the electric engine. Oh damn! I was trying to actually do the actual sound. I choked myself because it's like a steady like hum. If you've ever been in a Tesla or heard a Tesla pass by, or one of those Toyota Priuses pass by, it's like zzz. And feel it, hear it, see it. Okay, experience it. That's why I like using imagination. Like, make sure you use your imagination. Oh, okay. Make a systemic program for yourself, and it'll become habit. Eventually, it'll just become habit. I do it morning, midday, night. Okay. You can do it whenever. It doesn't have to be that rigid. You do it when you wake up, and that's it. Or you can do it throughout the day. And other times when I do it is when I feel the desire. Okay, when I feel the desire. I don't really lack anything anymore. I don't lack my health. I don't lack my money. I don't lack self-love. I don't lack happiness. All the fundamentals I don't lack. I just want more. Okay. So I just see or experience a desire and I start assuming that I have it already. Okay. I start assuming that I have it already. Knowing the law is going to happen. Okay. So for me, here are the things I like to do that I do systemically. Okay. Affirmation, audio rampage, and imagination. So affirmation, you ask yourself, how do I feel now that? Answer your desire. That I have this? And then say, I feel whatever you're feeling. And then feel it for 30 seconds or more. And do that throughout the day. And especially when you feel the desire or the lack of it. These are desire and lack are very similar. Desire just knowing that you have it. The other one's like, oh, why I don't have it. Okay, ones that I want it, the other ones I don't have it. It still means you don't have it. It's not in your possession. Okay. Audio rampage. Use that affirmation in that affirmation, right? That I have this now. Record that. I have this now. Very simple. Okay. I have this now. And then listen to it over and over again. 200 times each time. Okay. I like 200 times. That's how I did my Dodge Challenger. So I have this now. I have this now. I have this now. I have whatever it is. Enter your desire. I have this now. Record it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Then, lastly, imagine. So I relax and imagine myself a scene following the accomplishment. Sometimes it's a scene right after. So if you had intercourse with the person, then you're like laying down next to the person, or you're in the process of doing it. Okay, because you're not going through the text messages, going up to this person, talking. You're already doing it, or maybe you wake up next to him or her, and you're like, oh, let's go to the gym, or hey, or whatever. You hear her or him say, I love you. And, you feel the person's hair or head, they're bald maybe. You feel the hair, the lips, the skin and the body. There's a very feelings. Hair, very kind of like soft, kind of cold. The body, warm, okay? Even softer, okay? If it's a woman, nicely shaved. What part of the body do you like of her? Maybe it's her legs, maybe it's her butt, maybe it's her chest. Feel that, because you're like, oh, finally, kind of like I already got it. And then hear the person's voice. Get into the experience of it as if you were experiencing it as if it were flesh, but in your imagination, with your imaginal hand, your imaginal senses, smell, taste, touch, everything. Okay. And then a short 5-second thing, and actions, 5-10 second action, and they keep repeating it. You're the main character, you're the director, you're the scriptwriter. You can say, and he can say anything you want. Okay, 5-10 seconds to do anything you want. Okay, 5-10 seconds, and that's it. That's it. Open your eyes, and then you can even ask yourself, how do I feel now that I got this? When you're already open to your eyes, or how do I walk now that I got this? How do I move? How do I talk? How do I run up these stairs? How do I work out? How do I walk in the gym now that I'm with this person, or now that I have this amount on my bank account? Because you already got it. That's why it's a promise. It's a promise that that desire will be yours, because you know the way you want. You feel that you have it now. Okay, and because you're feeling it now and it's systemic, it's a promise that it will come. You already have it now, but in time and space, it'll come in the future. Okay, but you're feeling it now. Hope that makes sense. Okay, hope you like this one. I'll wrap it up now. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want me to help you. Send me the email if you want to read some of my books that I've written. They're all connected to the law of assumption. Click the description, you'll see the books link, or you can check out my Medium at the short little articles, just more things that will help you. Personally, I like to watch videos, and I also like to read and listen to audios. Okay, because when I watch the videos, like Neville Goddard lectures, I listen to the audio. I'm not like watching the video, I'm just listening to what he's saying. Okay, and same with my articles. I either read them or I put them on audio, and I'm listening to what I wrote. because the repetition creates belief. Okay, repetition creates belief. The same thing. Systemic processes help you believe, help you impregnate your imagination, the universe, and it allows it to happen. You must see it first. All right. Until next time.